Coming up on the British TV watch list.
But here's the problem. Her pricing was all wrong. She was pricing herself out of the market.
From cozy mysteries to intense police procedurals, we talk about the characters, performances, series, and episodes from your favourite British TV shows.
Hello there, and welcome to the British TV Watch List. It's Michael T. If you've been listening to this podcast for a while, you know what I love. Mysteries, great drama, high tension, shows where someone dies in the first 5 minutes and we spend the next hour figuring out who done it. Midwives deal with a problem pregnancy in 1960s East London. Or we dial it back to the 19th century and see what Mr. Darcy is up to. Stuff like that. Those types of shows are the staples of British TV. But sometimes you need a break. Sometimes you just finish watching a particularly intense episode of Happy Valley or Broadchurch. The tension is still sitting in your chest. Your heart rate is still elevated and you're carrying that emotional weight with you. You try to go to bed, but your mind is still racing. That's where these shows come in. Think of them as a palate cleanse, a way to reset your mood, to erase that intensity and bring yourself back to a sense of calm. Today, I'm sharing my top 4 British shows that aren't mysteries or dramas. These are the shows my wife and I turn to when we need to decompress, when we need comfort instead of crime scenes. Let's dive in. First on the list, Gardener's World. This show has been on the air since 1968. Talk about longevity. The current host is Monty Don. And honestly, I can't imagine the show without him. Let me tell you a little bit about Monty. He was born in 1955 in West Berlin. His father was in the British Army. The family moved around a lot during his childhood. Eventually, they settled in England. Monty didn't start out as a gardener. He studied at Cambridge, worked in television for a little bit. Then he and his wife Sarah started a jewelry business in the 1980s. Custom pieces, really high-end stuff. The business did well for a while. Really well, actually. They were making some serious money. And then it all collapsed. The recession hit. The business went under. Monty and Sarah lost everything. Their home, their savings, everything. They were broke, devastated, depressed. And that's when they turned to gardening. They bought a property in Herefordshire. It was more than a project. It was a wreck. That place was called Longmeadow. And they started digging. Gardening became Monty's therapy, his way back from the edge. He started writing about it, first for magazines, then books, then television. And here I thought Monty was some horticultural university professor. He became the lead presenter of Gardener's World in 2003, and he's been there ever since. Every week, Monty takes you through his garden at Longmeadow. He shows you what he's planting, what's blooming, what needs attention. He's digging, pruning, planting, teaching, and occasionally playing with his dog. The show also visits other gardens around the UK, historic estates, urban allotments, community gardens. And Gardener's World will attend the Great Garden Expos and make week-long specials out of them. Top of that list is the Chelsea Flower Show. So why do people love this show? First, Monty himself. He's warm, genuine, no pretense. He talks to you like you're right there in the garden with him. I look forward to his first words in just about every show.
Hello, welcome to Gardener's World on a glorious September day.
Second, it's calming. The pace is slow, deliberate. You watch soil being turned, plants being watered. There's no manufactured drama. Third, you actually learn something. Even if you don't have a garden, you come away knowing more about how plants grow, how seasons work, how nature moves. Plus, Monty and the co-host, they all seem to know the complex multisyllabic scientific names of every single plant on the show. It's amazing. Fourth, The sheer beauty of it all. I have to hand it to the British. They've made gardening a part of their culture. My wife and I marvel at the beauty of the plants and the gorgeous landscaping each gardener displays. For me, this is pure comfort television. Monty's voice, the gardens, the rhythm of the seasons. It's exactly what I need after a heavy drama. Okay, next, Make It at Market. This one is newer to me. I've only watched a handful of episodes, but I'm hooked. The host is Dom Chinea. He is fascinating. Dom is himself a maker, a craftsman. He trained as a furniture restorer and designer. He's worked on everything from antique chairs to modern installations. He's also been on British television for years. He was a regular on The Repair Shop. That's the show where experts restore treasured family heirlooms. Dom has this easy, encouraging energy. He's a regular guy. He's practical. He understands what it takes to make something with your hands. In one interview, he called himself, quote, the ameliorator of the everyday. I love that. Someone who's always looking to make something or someone better. Here's the premise of Make It at Market. Dom finds talented artisans who are trying to turn their craft into a business. These are the people who make beautiful things, but they're struggling to sell them. Maybe they don't know how to price their work. Maybe their branding is off. Maybe they're selling in the wrong places. Dom mentors them. He connects them with experts. He helps them refine their products. And then he gets them into a real market to sell. Let me give you 2 examples from season 1. In episode 3, there was a woman named Sarah. She quit her job during the pandemic and took up pottery. She made these hand-shaped ceramic animals. Beautiful work, really charming pieces. But here's the problem. Her pricing was all wrong. She was pricing herself out of the market. Her mentor, Derek, worked with her to understand what people would actually pay, to find that sweet spot between valuing her work and making it accessible. The challenge for Sarah was learning that pricing isn't just about materials and time. It's about understanding your customer. In episode 9, there's Alison. She's a glassblower from Buckinghamshire. Her dream was to get her work into high-end galleries. Beautiful aspiration, right? But her mentor, Alistair, knew the reality. The competition is fierce. Standards are incredibly high.
So you pleased with the way it's going so far?
I think at the moment I've not really got the shape and the base section right. I need to tweak that on the next piece.
I find that it's not until you're producing, dozens of the items that you start to get into the flow of it.
Alistair didn't hold back. He was very specific with his feedback. He demanded that Alison make significant changes to her work. He focused on the details, the technical aspects that separate amateur work from gallery quality pieces. This is the kind of tough love that real mentorship requires. Alistair could see Alison's potential, but he also knew she wasn't there yet. The question was whether she could meet those high standards, whether she could make the improvements needed to turn her glass art dream into reality. Alison says that in a short amount of time, she was able to make some money. What I find compelling about these stories is that they're real. These aren't overnight success stories. These are people working hard, learning, and getting better. Make It at Market is genuinely hopeful and helpful. You're watching real people solve real problems, and the advice applies whether you're a maker or not. This is a great show, especially if you appreciate craftsmanship or if you've ever thought about turning a hobby into an income. Hey, here's an idea for you in 2026. Why not revamp the towels in your bathroom? Spruce it up a bit with a bath set from CozyEarth.com. They've got a fresh new color. I just saw it. It's called Tide. It's the color of that area of the water near the beach. A very light green with a hint of blue. Find it at CozyEarth.com. You'll also find some lower prices, some new items, and of course the new colors. Your purchase helps support this podcast. we'll get a commission and you get a 21% discount when you use our unique promo code when you check out. That's BTVW1. BTVW1 at CozyEarth.com. Escape to the Country. This show has been running since 2002, over 20 years, hundreds of episodes. The format is simple. A couple or an individual is looking to leave the city and move to the British countryside. The show helps them find a property. There's a rotating cast of presenters. My favorites are Jules Hudson and Nicki Chapman. Jules is a historian by training. He brings this deep knowledge of British architecture and rural life. He's enthusiastic without being over the top. Nicki has a background in music PR. She worked with major artists before moving into television. She's warm, she asks good questions, she really listens to what people want. Here's how each episode works. The presenter meets the house hunters. They talk about what they're looking for, budget, number of bedrooms, location preferences. Then they show them 3 properties. 2 are within budget. The third is the mystery house. It might be over budget. It might be in an unexpected location. It's always a curveball. Along the way, they explore the local area. They visit villages. They talk to residents. They show what life is actually like in that part of the country.
In Cornwall, which is the cheapest of the 4 counties, your average detached house would set you back just over £275,000. Whilst in Dorset, which is the most expensive, the same type of home will cost you £321,000. There's a big, big difference.
I love seeing the properties. You get to see inside beautiful homes, cottages with thatched roofs, converted barns, manor houses, gardens that go on forever. It's aspirational. Even if you're not moving, you get to dream. The pacing of Escape to the Country is relaxed. The presenters are kind. There's no manufactured conflict. There's only one negative about the show. The shoppers don't always make a decision. Sometimes they walk away without buying anything. It's anticlimactic and sometimes not very satisfying. But for me, it's still an excellent downshift from a police procedural. Antiques Roadshow. The UK version started in 1979. 47 years on television. The current host is Fiona Bruce. She's been with the show since 2008. Before that, she was a news anchor for the BBC. She brings this credibility and professionalism to the show. Here's the format. The Antiques Roadshow sets up in a different location each week. A stately home, a cathedral, or a historic site. People bring their antiques and collectibles. Experts examine them, tell the history, and then give a valuation. Sometimes it's a painting that's been in the family for generations. Sometimes it's a piece of pottery bought at a garage sale. Sometimes it's a piece of jewelry, a toy, or a rare book. It's amazing when you see what people have locked up in their homes. I love the big valuations, don't we all? You'll see someone bring in a vase that they've been using as an umbrella stand. They think it's worth maybe 50 quid. For non-Brits, that's like saying $50. And then the expert says, it's a rare piece of Chinese porcelain worth 20,000 pounds. The owner's face just drops. Pure shock, surprise, and emotion. Every show is a history lesson. Every item has a story. You learn about art movements, historical events, craftsmanship. Overall, this show is a treasure, literally. So there you have it. My top 4 British shows that aren't mysteries or dramas for when you need a nice change of pace. Gardener's Whirl for peace and rhythm. Make It at Market for creativity and hope. Escape to the Country for dreams and beauty. And Antiques Roadshow for history and a surprise. Give them a try. Let me know what you think. And let me know what your go-to shows are when you need to cleanse your TV watching palate. Before we go, I want to say hello to our listeners in Benton Harbor, Michigan, Rugby, Warwickshire in the UK, and Georgetown, Texas. Outside of Hawaii, Georgetown, Texas is our #1 city with the most downloads of the British TV watch list. Thank you. And if you want to support our podcast, check out our Patreon site. Supporters get exclusive content every week. You can also support us by shopping at CozyEarth.com and use our promo code BTVW1 to get a 21% discount on your bedding, bath, and home goods. That's it for now. Thanks for listening to the British TV Watch List. Until next time, cheers!
The British TV Watch List is written and produced by Michael T. in Honolulu, Hawaii. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. All rights reserved. Copyright 2026. Michael T. Media.